Yeah. I'm staying in Cholula.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
It's lovely, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Para nuestros escuchas, sí nos puede hacer Duncan un resumen de Bernadette.
Do you want to make a little bit, to say a little bit about Bernadette, please?
Sure. Yeah. So the Bernadette is a film about a woman called Bernadette Devlin, who is a political figure, an activist.
Es una mujer, Bernadette es una mujer que es una activista.
Who so from 1969, I mean, well, the period of time that the film deals with, say, from 1969 to around about 1974. So she had. Sorry, do you want me to pause?
Yeah. Do you want to tell us like a little bit thing to say?
Okay.
Bernadette se sitúa en los años 1960, 1970.
So she initially she was involved. She was a student, very young at the time, 21 years old.
Era una estudiante de 20 años.
And she was involved with a group at the university where she was called People's Democracy.
Estaba involucrada en una sociedad llamada People's Democracy o Democracia de la Gente.
Who were involved with the civil rights campaign in Northern Ireland at the time.
Where?
In Northern Ireland.
Oh, estaba en el norte de Irlanda, iniciando what?
Civil rights.
Los derechos civiles.
But so what happened was that there was quite a violent reaction to this campaign on the part of the state.
Había una. Can you say it again, please?
There was a violent reaction to the campaign.
Había una violenta reacción en la campaña.
So she underwent a transformation from very limited aims of the civil rights campaign.
Había una poca reacción a los elementos que tenía.
And her politics became much more radical, much more Marxist.
Se volvió un poco más marxista, un poco más radical.
Also with the film, one of the things that I was interested in was the fact that because I've used archival, historical material.
Porque era difícil conseguir el tipo de material,
that it's already been mediated, or it's already had a spin put on it before I've come to use it or come to edit it.
Sorry, can you?
It's already been the material in the film, the archival footage, the archival film and the material.
So it was difficult to reunite that information?
Well, I think what I'm trying to say is that that really what you're dealing with is not like it's not the person but the representation of this woman, Bernadette Devlin, because she had, like, the media at the time didn't take her very seriously. So all the footage that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So era difícil encontrar, información sobre lo que tenía dicho y no sé, soy malísima. ¿Quieren cambiar de persona?
No, tranquila. And why this mix, this fusion between fiction and documentary?
Well, I mean, just on that last point, because I mean because the archival material doesn't represent reality. It's a kind of a version of reality. So, and I think that it's very important in order to understand the past or these historical events, that also you have to understand how they were represented at the time and to.
Listo, thank you. Yeah. And what do you think about function in this world of the documentary films? What is the
function of? Well, I think that I mean it's the whole idea about about representing reality, and that there's no kind of so say if you make a feature film and you use actors, that it's very plain, it's very obvious that this isn't reality. But in fact, I think that a lot of times with documentary films, that a lot of the same things are there, a lot of the same. The way that they're structured, the way that they're edited, there's a kind of a build-up of tension which isn't always necessarily there. They use music and that, so there are a lot of the same kind of formally a lot of the same conventions as you would use for a work of fiction. So I mean it's one of the things that I'm interested in exploring or in looking at with the films that I make. So but I mean they are historical, like it is I'm trying to be faithful to this woman and to kind of represent her represent her properly. But I think that all of these things feature, how that happens. All of these things feature in the work as well. So.
And for last, what do you think about the Ambulante?
I think it's great. I think it's a really interesting. I think the program that they put together is very interesting. I think that the focus on documentary is also something. Well, for me anyway, it's incredibly interesting to be able to come and see all these different films and that. So, the Ambulante.
¿Has visto algunas otras películas de Ambulante?
Have you seen another pictures of Ambulante?
No, I mean I arrived last night, so this is it all starts today. So.
Okay, Andrew?
¿Por qué escogió este tema para? Why did you choose the subject?
It was a previous film that I made. I was using material from an archive, and I came across footage of this woman, and I knew who she was, but she's before my time. I was too young to have really seen her on the news, when I was growing up. But I did know who she was. But then when I came across this footage of her, I was deeply impressed by, because she's, I mean, I'm very sympathetic to her politics, but also she has a very, she's a hugely charismatic person. So it was during the course of making another film that I came across this footage, and yeah, so that's how it came about.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
Thanks.